know what I mean? Make those adjustments.
The ability to land hard shots and so tight.
And tight.
Crazy.
Yes, really tight position.
And
Yes.
so accurate. Just inches away from him when he's landing these right hooks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a performance.
Yeah.
Bud Crawford
Yeah.
just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight. Everybody calling me out and everything. And you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford.
Joe Rogan has shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, a dream matchup that has boxing fans buzzing. Two of the best fighters on the planet, each with contrasting styles, squaring off in the ring is a fight fans' fantasy. Rogan, the UFC commentator and combat sports enthusiast, broke down how this hypothetical bout might unfold with his signature in-depth analysis. Rogan began by praising Canelo Alvarez, highlighting what makes the Mexican superstar a force to be reckoned with. He's got insane head movement, devastating body shots, and the kind of power that makes opponents question their careers, Rogan explained. He emphasized Canelo's methodical approach, noting how he controls the pace of a fight, breaks opponents down systematically, and uses body shots that can end careers. However, Rogan also acknowledged that Canelo isn't invincible, particularly against agile, tactical boxers who can keep their distance and stay out of range. When discussing Terence Crawford, Rogan's admiration was evident. He described Crawford as brilliant, a fighter who can do it all. He can switch between southpaw and orthodox seamlessly, and he adjusts on the fly like a chess grandmaster, Rogan said. He highlighted Crawford's speed, precision, and exceptional footwork, noting, Crawford doesn't just land punches. He lands them exactly where he wants to. And his movement? It's like he's floating. He controls distance better than almost anyone in the sport. The key question, Rogan suggested, is whether Crawford can handle Canelo's size and power. While Crawford has been impressive as he's moved up in weight, Rogan pointed out that Canelo's relentless pressure and sheer power present a unique challenge. It's one thing to outbox someone like Errol Spence, but going toe-to-toe with Canelo is a completely different beast, he concluded. For fans and analysts alike, this hypothetical clash is a tantalizing prospect with endless debate over how these two legends of the sport would match up.
Keep bringing up Canelo. I think that's weird, you know, because you'd have to gain like, what, 20 pounds?
Yeah.
But they say that's the money fight. That's the mega fight. That's the money fight. That's the only thing that makes sense for Terence Crawford.
Well, you know what I mean? Catch weight. You can do something at a catch weight.
What weight you think?
Probably like 160 or something.
You said you said 154 the highest you want to go.
Yeah, 158.
When it came to picking a winner in a potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford matchup, Joe Rogan didn't take the easy way out, but he also didn't make a definitive prediction. Rogan acknowledged that the outcome could go either way. He suggested that if the fight happens at a catchweight, Crawford might have an advantage, since he wouldn't be carrying too much extra weight. However, at super middleweight, Rogan noted that's firmly Canelo's territory. Rogan added, "This is one of those fights where it's not about who wins. You just want to see two masters of their craft go at it. It'd be insane." In 2023, Canelo Alvarez signed a blockbuster $100 million deal with PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, a 3-fight agreement designed to elevate the promotion's global dominance. The deal concluded with the September 2024 showdown against Edgar Berlanga. While Canelo delivered in the ring, securing decisive victories and collecting his massive payday, the financial expectations for PBC fell far short. The chosen opponents, Jermall Charlo, Jay Munguia, and Berlanga, failed to generate the kind of explosive pay-per-view numbers needed to justify such an investment. Rather than solidifying PBC's position among the elite boxing organizations, the deal deepened its financial woes. Reports indicate that PBC is now burdened with an enormous $900 million debt, with few viable paths to recovery. Boxing matchmaker and analyst Rick Glazer recently weighed in, highlighting Canelo's apparent indifference to PBC's struggles, particularly under Al Heyman's leadership. Glazer also commented on a potential May 3rd fight between Canelo and IBF super middleweight champion William Skull. He questioned the financial viability of the matchup, noting Skull's lack of name recognition among American fans. Canelo, hailing from Guadalajara, would expect his usual hefty guaranteed purse. Paired with Skull's minimal marketability, this fight doesn't make sense as a profitable Amazon Prime pay-per-view event. Glazer stated on X, formerly Twitter. He further criticized PBC's current position, emphasizing that the organization cannot afford another expensive fight that fails to deliver significant revenue. This fight would be very foolish for PBC, but this kind of buffoonery is typical. Over the past decade, PBC has lost over $900 million. Some never learn. That's the PBC way, Glazer remarked. For years, whispers of PBC struggles have circulated, from challenges in securing fresh talent to concerns about financial stability. Despite persistent criticism, Al Heyman, the mastermind behind PBC, has managed to keep the operation afloat. However, Glazer suggests the clock may be ticking for PBC, as mounting debts and unprofitable ventures paint a bleak picture for its future. Rick Glazer has highlighted PBC's financial struggles, including a $900 million debt and reduced pay-per-view events. He criticized a potential Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull fight as financially unwise, suggesting Terence Crawford as the only viable opponent besides David Benavidez, whom Canelo seems unwilling to face. Timothy Bradley Jr. backed Crawford in a potential matchup, dismissing concerns over weight and Canelo's knockout power, which has waned since 2021. Bradley praised Crawford's reach, adaptability, and skill, calling him a fighter who knows how to figure it out. Canelo Crawford fight could deliver much-needed financial and competitive excitement for PBC, but doubts linger about its ability to recover. Timothy Bradley Jr. believes Terence Crawford could outpoint Canelo Alvarez by staying at range, using precise counters and exploiting Canelo's low punch volume. Bradley noted that Crawford's straight punches could disrupt Canelo's looping hooks and wear him down over time. He also criticized Canelo's apparent avoidance of a fight with David Benavidez, mocking the unified super middleweight champion's past remarks. Easy fight. David Benavidez, often regarded as one of Canelo's toughest potential challengers, praised Crawford's technical brilliance but expressed skepticism about his ability to carry power into the heavier weight classes. Weight classes exist for a reason, Benavidez said, giving Canelo the edge. Crawford, who recently moved up to 154 lbs to claim the WBO interim super welterweight title, would need to make another leap to 168 lbs to face the Mexican champion. Canelo, with a 62-22 record, recently defeated Edgar Berlanga at super middleweight and remains one of the sport's top stars. Despite fan demand, a clash between Canelo and Benavidez has yet to materialize, with Benavidez set to face David Morrell on February 1st. While Crawford's 41-0 record and pound-for-pound skills make him a compelling opponent, the 14-pound gap between super welterweight and super middleweight is a significant hurdle. Still, both Crawford and Canelo are determined competitors, leaving fans eager to see if this dream matchup will become a reality.
Turkey Ali Sheikh say that he sent you an offer, possibly to face Crawford for coming up here. Is that true, or what happened with that?
No, I don't have any offer. And look, I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then wait.
Canelo Alvarez has previously downplayed a potential fight with Terence Crawford, but with each new inquiry, he appears increasingly open to the idea. However, many in the boxing world believe the significant weight disparity could prove insurmountable for Crawford, despite his extraordinary skills. Roy Jones Jr., when asked about the matchup, leaned slightly toward Canelo. Speaking to Mill City Boxing, he explained, "I like Terence, but I'm going to lean towards Canelo early because of his size. But if Terence can handle the size and get into the fight, he'll be a problem. If he can manage that, he'll beat him." Jones emphasized that the deciding factor would be how Crawford handles Canelo's power. "We don't know until we see Terence get hit. If you can't hurt him, You can't change his fight plan, and then you've got problems. As Canelo considers his next move for a possible May return, IBF super middleweight title holder William Skull is reportedly a leading contender. Meanwhile, Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn has reignited talk of a showdown between former heavyweight champions Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, labeling it the most commercially significant fight in boxing. However, many in the US and UK question the fight's relevance, with both Joshua and Fury underperforming in recent outings. Even if offered at a low pay-per-view price, American fans are unlikely to embrace the matchup, as it lacks the intrigue of their prime years. In contrast, a clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford remains the most anticipated fight in boxing. While Crawford isn't a massive pay-per-view draw, his unblemished 17-year career, 4 world titles across different weight divisions, and devoted fan base make him a compelling challenger. Canelo, known for his vast wealth and selective fight choices, would only entertain such a bout for an astronomical purse, one that might even give Saudi Arabia's boxing benefactor, His Excellency Turki al-Sheikh, pause. Despite the uncertainties, American fans are eager for a Canelo-Crawford matchup, which many believe would outshine any other fight in boxing today, including the predictable Fury-Joshua pairing. Terence Crawford's star could have risen further had he moved up to middleweight during Golovkin's prime, potentially leading to a matchup between them. Meanwhile, promoter Eddie Hearn pushes for a Joshua-Fury fight, recognizing its commercial potential despite both fighters' recent performances. Demetrius Andrade supports a Canelo-Crawford showdown, but doubts Crawford can overcome the size and power disadvantage. Andrade acknowledges Crawford's skill, but sees Canelo's experience and movement as obstacles. Andrew Ward also believes Crawford could outsmart Canelo, but the challenge remains daunting. Canelo continues to dominate in 2024, with future challenges like Jake Paul and David Benavidez on the horizon, but Crawford remains the most anticipated. The buzz around a potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford continues to grow, though it remains uncertain whether the fight will ever materialize. Crawford has shown a strong desire to step up in weight to face Alvarez on his own turf, despite Alvarez previously downplaying the possibility. Canelo has suggested he wouldn't gain recognition from such a win, but he's become more open to serious offers, especially as both fighters search for marquee opponents. As there are no major matchups lined up for either fighter, the chance of this fight taking place in 2025 seems more plausible. Oscar de la Hoya, known for his connections to Canelo, weighed in on how the fight could unfold. He believes Canelo's superior size and punching power would give him a significant advantage. De La Hoya told Fight Hub TV that when Crawford faced challenges at 154 obs, he didn't seem as dangerous against a strong opponent. With Canelo being the bigger, more powerful fighter, De La Hoya argues that it's unlikely Crawford would be able to overcome those advantages, stating that it's rare for a smaller, skilled fighter to defeat a larger, equally skilled opponent, while Garcia's recent comments questioning Crawford's skills have stirred debate. The excitement around a potential Canelo-Crawford matchup has certainly not faded. The two champions are focused on their individual journeys, but the speculation surrounding their possible clash remains a central topic in the boxing world. The fight would be a defining moment in both their careers, but for now, fans can only wait and see if it ever becomes a reality.